So it was a couple years back where I got to do one of the coolest things ever. I went to the Smithsonian Aerospace Museum, not the little one on the mall, the big one out by the airfield, and I got to watch as they installed the helicopter that my stepdad flew in the Smithsonian. It was a celebration of 100 years of Coast Guard aviation. My stepdad was younger than me on the last day of his service in the Coast Guard, where he, and it was the last day, he got woken up and he was wearing his flight suit already, ran out to the field. The props were already turning on the helicopter that he and Kilgore flew. Kilgore is the name of the co-pilot. And it's 5 o'clock in the morning, but you could still see from the airfield the glow of the two ships that had collided in the Houston Ship Channel. The Mariposa struck the Burma Agate. The Burma Agate was moored, and the Mariposa struck it. The Mariposa was a tanker ship, and fuel oil spilled onto the Burma Agate. Both ships were ablaze. And so they quickly went through a pre-flight checklist and realized that the altimeter was not working on the helicopter they were flying, something you normally want if you're flying over water at night in a helicopter. But these guys were carved out of teak, so they just took off anyway and went on with the mission. On the Burma Agate, there were only 2 survivors. Everybody else was either killed in the fire or had jumped out into the water. The water was covered with burning fuel oil, and none of the people who jumped and tried to swim made it. There were 2 people left on the ship, and they were best friends. One could swim, and the other couldn't, so they waited till the last possible moment. And when the last possible moment came where they could no longer stand on the deck because of the fires below deck, a basket is lowered in front of them. They were saved. They got into that basket, pulled up into the helicopter. The helicopter is crewed by 3 people: a pilot, my stepdad, J.C. Cobb, and Kilgore, the co-pilot, and another seaman who's running the winch and bringing people up. And so now they have 5 people in the helicopter. The helicopter is rated to carry 10 people total. Off they go to the other ship. The other ship is still under power, still under steam, but moving in irregular circles in a high wind with flames billowing up hundreds of feet into the air. So JC, my stepdad, describes having to position the location of the helicopter so that they could swing the basket under the superstructure to get to the people who were sheltered toward the back of the ship. And all this while keeping the tail downwind and moving the helicopter relative to the ship as it steers in circles. J.C. Cobb has to pass over control of the helicopter to the co-pilot Kilgore as he loses sight of the ship, as he's trying to sight on the ship looking out the window. Well, one time he comes around, he's ready to pass over controls, and there's somebody sitting on the front of the controls because now the helicopter, which is supposed to carry 10 people, has 13 people in it. There's no more room, so they have to go, and they peel off from the burning ship and instantly start to lose altitude because they're no longer being buoyanted up by the hot air coming from the fire, and they have to sell off their altitude just by dead stick reckoning to get to the closest oil drilling platform, which they do. They disgorge the survivors. They go back. They save 27 people that day. Yeah.
Now we call him Gramps.
So, my stepdad and my mom are now squandering my inheritance by doing a lot of work with the Red Cross, and it involves a lot of cooking out and camping, that sort of thing. But I wrote this song for first responders everywhere. When the flood came back, we did it all again. Every man a brother, had your back, was a friend. We stood side by side on the banks and filled the bags till morning. And then the sun came up, we laughed like fools, swore we'd do it again with worn out tools. But the flood came back, I guess you couldn't see without warning. Now Johnny was a true blue cowboy fan. He put his weight in the shovel, had his faith in the man. Can't understand God's plan today. I mean, he hung it all from the weather vane down, cut back the cedar, he leveled the ground. But now he's found his command washed away. Oh, there's no mercy in this land. The beast eats all that it can. And I don't understand why I am here and all my brothers disappear without me. My folks, their hopes and dreams, just cigarettes and gasoline around me. Oh, oh, there's no mercy in this land. Seems God could give a good goddamn. And I don't understand why I am here and all my brothers disappear without me. My folks, their hopes and dreams, just cigarettes and gasoline around me. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand.